Hello everyone, we're here at Atlanta Brick Co. and we've got another haul video for you. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, neither did Garrett. He's pretty tired too, he's over there. But yeah, let's go ahead and dive in and see all this cool Lego we got. Alright, so we have just piles and piles of sets here. A lot of them built, but a couple in box. These seem to be sets that are in boxes, maybe open and built or other conditions. Yeah, there's a built one there. So a bunch of some brickheads, some small Star Wars and Harry Potter, maybe a few ideas in there too. You've got a bunch of built Harry Potter here, some built like architecture skyline, looks like Paris right there. You've got a Saturn V, you got the satellite from the space shuttle, all in these cardboard boxes. You got some Star Wars and some other themes in there too. More Star Wars down there, a couple helmets maybe, broken Millennium Falcon. A very nice box here from the newer pod race set, that's nice. Don't see the set that it goes to, just the box. Some architecture boxes up there. Some more Star Wars, AT-AT, you got an AT-TE, a couple of those classic Star Wars vehicles. A couple smaller ones here, some Marvel mechs, Mario, a very cursed looking Luigi there. Over here you got a bunch of dinosaur themes. You got some Indominus Rex skeletons, Triceratops, Ankylosaurus in there. So some good stuff for sure. Those dinosaurs are very good to have separately. More Star Wars in here, some helmets. I think I see a Porg in there too. A bunch of built Star Wars. More built Mario. You have a Bowser's Castle. Ooh, that's interesting. You got those block puzzles. I think those are like a rebrickable. You got a somewhat broken UCS Millennium Falcon up here. Definitely needs some work. We'll probably see if Ben can come in and work on this one for us. He can fix it up. You got the Batmobile Technic one right there. Got a big bag. Got a big Batwing box. Looks like some pieces in there too. I don't know if it's complete or not. We'll have to figure that one out. I think that stuff's from before last week. Ooh, you got Minecraft the Mountain here, looks like. A huge landscape with lots of pieces. Don't see any figures though. But a very dusty Minecraft mountain there. Some smaller Star Wars speeders. Oh, this wasn't a rebrickable, it's a set. Interesting. Like a puzzle set. Very cool, or drawers. You got a mystery machine with a couple of the gang, the Scooby Gang. Pretty cool to see that. Got the newer flower pot there with some of those little botanical flowers. Pretty nice. You also got the Indiana Jones Temple of Doom track with the scene up there. No figures, but a great environment to have for Indiana Jones figures. You got some, looks like Monster Fighters vehicle there. There's the big pod racer that we talked about for that box. I don't see Anakin's though, just Sebulbas. You got a couple other smaller Star Wars ships, some of them older, some of them newer. And another AT-ST Raider, looks a little bit disheveled. You got an older R2-D2 with the stud pattern head, that's interesting. You've got some Harry Potter, some old Harry Potter. You got some more old Harry Potter, I believe. Yeah, this is a kind of a hard to find one, if not mistaken. Very cool. And then some newer ones over here, and a bat cave, I should say. In between all that, universes colliding. Well, there's another pod racer. That might be the newer one that goes with that Sebulbas. Down here you have some built Star Wars, Alien Conquest, more Star Wars. Looks like some Ninjago down there too. So just a bunch of stuff in there. Bunch of vehicles, seems like Jurassic World vehicles in here. And over here we have a somewhat broken Nightmare Shark ship. Has pretty much everything on it except for the face, which appears to be over here. And it's missing the top parts of that a little bit. So we'll hopefully be able to fix that up. You've got a nice Space Police 1 set here. This is really cool. I think it has the 9-volt stuff, if I'm not mistaken. Is there a switch anywhere? I'm not seeing the switch. That might be it. But yeah, Looks pretty cool. And then over here, just a few other things. A lot of boxes. Boxes. These empty boxes. Seems like empty boxes as well. Ooh. Pieces for what looks like a Brickerbuild helmet that somebody was trying to get all the pieces for. Either they're all there or they were working on it and they're not complete. We'll have to see. That might be too big of a project for us to tackle here for it to make sense financially, but we'll see, because that is a big, expensive kit if we can find all the pieces. So, interesting. All right, I know there's a couple cool sets out on the floor, so we'll go look at those and see if there's any figures downstairs we can check out. All right, so 2 new additions is the Lion Knight's Castle. Beautiful, big, expensive sets, $400, but totally worth it. One of the best sets around. You've got a Daytona Technic Ferrari here, that's $450. Pretty expensive, but I think it's a beautiful looking Technic car, some great wheels. We've got a couple Ghostbusters Ecto 1s here. Got one here, one there. Both in pretty good shape, definitely a cool set. I don't know, is this retired yet, Austin? The Ecto 1?
The Ecto 1? I don't know. Still retail.
Still retail? Wow.
Surprisingly.
So a good time to get one is now, because I feel like it's not going to be around forever. And once it is not around forever, it starts getting expensive, so a good set. Right behind that, we have a Motorized Lighthouse, which I've heard is a fantastic set. Is that the case, Garrett? It's a good set, yeah. So if you need that awesome, very cool looking set with a cool light feature, that's a good one. We also got a Land Rover Classic Defender. The box is a little smushed up on the side, but the contents inside are still sealed. So another great, large, very detailed vehicle. I know a lot of people like to collect those. Pretty cool. Recently added the oldest version of the roller coaster back in stock. Very cool. It's gone up quite a bit. It's now $550, but this is a sealed set. Definitely a collectible one if you want to get into the amusement park roller coaster scene in Lego City. Last thing to look at before we go downstairs is this built AT-AT. It's a UCS, looks really good. I don't see the instructions or the box, but it's got that nice plaque and it looks pretty complete. Yeah, $800 plus 20% off because it's a built set, and a pretty awesome one. All right, we are downstairs here with all these minifigures that we got in. Quite a few bins of figures, some cities, some other themes. Let's dive in. We got some Star Wars, we got some Pharaoh's Quest, got some classic space, got some Ewoks in there too. Ooh, older Jango Fett, hold on. That's pretty awesome. He looks like he's fairly used, but it's a very cool figure. You got a Hulk. This Hulk doesn't look too real. Yeah, he looks a little glossy. You can usually tell, but he's still a cool figure, and some kids will probably want to play with him, but he's definitely not Lego. We'll put that aside, actually, for them. Just to cover. Got a Loki down there. A couple cool classic space figures. Looks like it's from a Galaxy Explorer. Some Marvel figures. See a couple Thors. Iron Man. Even got some Friends characters in here. There's Doug the dog. From Up. Oh, yep. Got some Up figures in here. Got Russell. There we go. And some Overwatch, too, looks like. Fun stuff. Oh, and Belloc from the older Indiana Jones sets. This is a great figure. Very nice. Oh, a very good bin. A good mix of unusual figures. Looks like some minifigures in here, but also some like plants and other things, too. Interesting. Just a bunch of city figures, some Harry Potter animals, the dragon right here. You've got a taxi. I think that's from the Daily Bugle, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's from somewhere else. You got a bunch of Ninjago figures. You got the Joker. Big bag of Harry Potter figures. You got Fluffy. You got the Seeing Eye dog. That's pretty cool. The cool harness there. You've got Brickheads happening here. Got Gru. Got some city figures. I like that wheelchair. Very nice. Oh, there's a Padme figure way down there. That's pretty cool. All right. Got a big bin of what looks like pretty much city figures, but I do see a couple of CMFs and Harry Potters sneaking in here too. Got a giant castle troll as well. It's a pretty valuable figure these days. Yeah, just a bunch of stuff. I can't dig too far into this because I don't want to have any spill out, but there's some stuff in here. It's all pretty disheveled, So they're gonna have to work on it. That's a cool torso if it's not connected to Obi-Wan. Yeah, so I'm not gonna dive in too deep, but lots and lots of figures in there. Lots of processing to do too, because it's all jumbled up. Here's another big bin of figures. This seems similar to the one we set over there earlier. You got some classic space figures. Some very good ones, original classic space, some old school ones. You've got Indiana Jones figures, looks like the original one, not the newer ones. You've got a bunch of Star Wars, Ninjago figures, some really good Ninjago figures. That's apparently like the best version of Zane, if I'm not mistaken. According to some people. And yeah, Star Wars, Disney, Marvel. Some great Marvel figures. Very, very cool. Oh, hold on. Scott Robinson has been looking for one of these for a while. However, he's fairly used. You can see there's some scratching on the eyes at the top of the head. Torso's not in terrible shape. It looks like there's a little scratch there on the side, though. So he's used. He's definitely what I would call a used figure. He's got some wear to him. Deadpool figures are almost always the favorite figure of the collection for kids. So they usually get played with a lot. So we got a very used Deadpool. That's the first one we've seen in a long time, though, so it's good to see him. Even more figures down here. We've got some Marvel with that Hulk, who looks like he's actually real this time. We've got some Friends, some Star Wars, Marvel CMFs, regular CMFs in there too. Soccer ball, fun stuff. Got a bunch of animals, got a bunch of reindeer, horses, clone troopers, some Jedi in there too. Got a, looks like a Grand Moff here, very nice. Some Star Wars figures down there, some elves, both the holiday and the Lord of the Rings style. Just a lot of figures. There's Short Round, old Indiana Jones. This might be associated with the other couple bins we've seen. Yeah, a lot of cool figures. There's Willie Scott, Indiana Jones. Even more down here. We've got a big woolly mammoth right there. That's pretty cool. Got some Harry Potter next to him. You've got a saber-toothed tiger. You got Groot. You got some city figures here. Got some superheroes. I see the Flash and some Marvel characters in there. More Ninjago. Ooh. Some Ninjago banners unseparated from the plastic right there. You got some motorcycles, some Minecraft animals. Some Ninjago enemies and animals in there too. Pretty cool. There's some Star Wars and Minecraft in the bottom there too. See a couple Rey figures. And you got a bag of classic Lego animals down there. Some dragons and some fantasy era trolls. You've got a bag of castle figures. Some classic castle ghosts, some shields, some Ninjago in there too, some older Ninjago figures. There's a Basil the Batlord, some looks like a wolf pack or a forestman there. Some pirates. Ooh, there's some valuable plume pieces in there too, and some old fabric capes. Super cool. That white plume alone, that white dragon plume, is very, very expensive. I know a complete set of those could be a lot of money. And I think I might see some of the side pieces in there too. So that might be a complete white dragon plume set, which is like maybe $100 now, $80, $50, depending on the condition. A couple of Star Wars figures in the bottom there too. Even more over here, got some Pirates of the Caribbean, Lord of the Rings. Got some fantasy era in there too, some medieval stuff. Bunch of CMFs in here, some non-Lego. Looks like Roblox figures. Crazy. Put those aside with Hulk. Got some minifigure pieces, pretty separated and disheveled. Some accessories in there too. Got part of a dewback. That's pretty cool. You got some Marvel figures here. You got Dr. Octopus, Rocket Raccoon. Got some Chima figures in here. Interesting. Some Batman figures. Some Star Wars ones down here too. A little bit of Minecraft sneaking in. Harry Potter and Ninjago to finish this off there. And a few random figures here. Some Star Wars and a very beat up SpongeBob in the corner. And that should do it for this big haul of minifigures. Quite a bit to look at and talk about. All these will be processed and put online as quickly as possible. Alex is out of town for a week, so it'll be a little slower than usual, but Emmy and others will be working as hard as they can. Yeah, that's about it for here, though. We're actually filming these slightly out of order because Chris just walked these 3 bins of minifigures downstairs, so there's a lot to look at here. Big army of 501st figures. I think these are the more recent ones that have the helmet holes so they can have visors, but they're still pretty cool. You've got some Looney Tunes figures, a bunch of Star Wars Ewoks. That's quite a bundle of Ewok figures. A couple other random Star Wars characters. Got some Darth Vader, some pilots. A Gungan, our favorite Gungan, Jar Jar, very nice. Yeah, just a lot of good Star Wars figures in this bin here. You got a second bin here. Oh, a bunch of good characters in here. You've got Palpatine. You've got the Slave Leia outfit there. You got the Winter Soldier. You got more Ewoks. You got a Jyn Erso and a Cassian Andor in there. And you got that newer, I think that's Fox, if I'm not mistaken. Got a couple of CMF bags. They appear to be sealed. Very nice. Collect and win. Well, what could they win back in Series 13? Interesting. You got some cool horses, too. This is a nice horse barding. Very expensive. And the horse underneath is actually pretty rare, too. Another CMF bag. Good series. Some figures purchased from a different store, but you can see some great ones here. Very nice. Got a bunch of beakers here. Lots of beaker figures. Got a bunch of droids. Just a lot of stuff. There's some DC Batman figures. Got some CMFs. Got an older Sonic figure here. Is this a new one or an old one? This might be a newer one. And you got a Slimer here, a valuable Ghostbusters figure. Some other Star Wars characters down here, a couple of classic Stormtroopers. Slightly older Boba Fett figure, if not mistaken. You got a Lord of the Rings Cave Troll. Got some Lego Movie 2 figures here. Got a bag full of Ninjago. These are some of the newer Ninjago characters from Dragons Rising. You got a couple horses and a monkey there. You got a Basilisk. And what looks like a custom 5s, maybe? Got a Qui-Gon with a lightsaber going through him. But that Basilisk looks really cool. It's got a chrome dagger, not a glow-in-the-dark dagger for one of its teeth. That'll have to be swapped out. Got classic Indiana Jones appearing again. You got some Dreams figures in there. Some very detailed fabric-equipped figures. You got a couple of Star Wars in there. Some Inquisitors. Got a Doc Brown and Marty McFly from the bigger DeLorean set. And Nightmare King is in there too. Very cool. A couple of Hagrids here. Some older Hagrid figures. There's one of the oldest ones right there, actually. Yeah, some old Harry Potter, some CMFs. Got some DC sneaking in here too. Got a big Bowser, Mr. Freeze. Bunch of Star Wars here too. Star Wars and some Minecraft mixing. Bunch of Chewbacca's and other Wookiees in there too. Got a sand red droid there. Some Solo figures. Yeah, big bag of Star Wars. Got some very scary looking Peach and Luigi figures down there. Got a King Boo, looks like too. Very, very spooky face. Got some Fantasy Era Knight. Very good figure. Got some Jedi. Very cool Star Wars figures here. A Robin. We've been needing more Robins. Cool kid with an Atari shirt. That's pretty fun. Another Robin. Here's a Darth Maul. Very nice. He's got some pretty scary looking eyes. Alrighty. And that's about it for this bin. There's a medical droid too on the side. An older Forester figure? No, it's a newer one. There you go. Yeah. Even more minifigures added to the pile of stuff that we've got over here. So lots of minifigures being added online. And that's about all we have time for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Helps this video reach more people. And we'll be back with many more videos later this week. So we'll see you then. Bye-bye.